the cells at all times. To close it. Move on the corners about fighting.
Right, so there you go from Bamma for a big name, Alex, the Reader-nator Reed, and Pierre, what a fight we were treated to last time.
There's only one word for that fight, and it was epic.
It was indeed, and now we have an epic one here, hopefully on the cards, as Alex Makhonin, he closed the gap quickly and then stopped because he must know that Professor X has got great stand-up as well.
Yeah, here's the thing, and I think that Xavier, Professor X, he's good as a counter fighter, and he's good at initiating. He's good in all ranges and very dangerous. So Alex is going to know that, and he's going to have to adjust his game.
Yes, we expected a stand-up war here, and it looks like both men are happy to stand and trade. Both very mobile immediately, and very similar styles. They cancel each other out twice there, Pierre.
Yeah, and they both have the same body style, long, lean, able to throw punches at range. Now let's see if they get the good front kick from Alex, miss the mark. Now you see both guys trying to gauge each other, get a feel for the other, and build it up.
And Professor X in that southpaw stance that you know so well, and again very lively on his feet, very good mover.
Well, he's not very flat-footed, if you know what I mean. Constant motion, cutting angles, working the circles, and that's how he sets up those devastating kicks and punches.
Well, at the moment it really is tit for tat. Both men mirror images of each other, really, literally with the southpaw stance of Professor X, and they've really had a good look at each other here in the early session.
Yeah, right now it's still a little game of, ooh, nice straight left. Alex on the ground up against the cage, and those are the knees that Professor X is known for, and he's really starting to work it now.
And they came off a big chopping roundhouse to the midsection as well, and it's so good that Alex is conditioned like that because that roundhouse set up those knees, but Professor X was on him so quickly when he saw the opportunity.
All right. And here's the thing that surprises to me. He did a leg trip. Ooh, good knee and high lead leg kick. He's working the combinations very well. Low, high, punches and bunches, alternating with kicks. Beautiful work so far by Professor X.
No, there was that testing out start to the round and then suddenly exploded into life there. And it shows the dangers of Professor X, the way, as you said, he works up and down, he's ready to exploit any weakness. And then those high kicks coming in after a chopping midsection rib kick.
And what, oh, nice body lock, however, back into a clinch here. I think the thing that was clever by Professor X was he kind of lulled Alex into that. Tit for tat, and then huge left that set everything else up.
And again, short, dirty boxing and the elbows as well coming in from Professor X. So Alex knows all what his opponent's about now. That vast experience coming into play from Professor X. Dirty boxing there, though, from Alex as well.
Alex is working over and under.
He's got to be careful of those knees. And now he's doing vicious uppercuts. And that suddenly caused Professor X to shoot in. Good dirty boxing from Makhonin.
Now here's the thing, I said I was surprised earlier about the takedown for Professor X. However, he did spend some time with Dan Henderson out in California. Now, I just want to take it back a step. Dirty boxing is basically in the clinch, able to throw those punches while you control the back of the head of your opponent. It's very close range boxing, and it's not legal in regular style boxing.
That's right, in professional boxing you'd be called up on it, but in here it's totally legal. In your work, you hold the head, you put in those little shovel uppercuts and hooks, but at the same time he's got to be careful of those knees from Professor X because he's done nothing to try and stop them.
And the last thing you want to do is try to stop a knee like that with your chin.
That's right, so they're back in the clinch again, and it's given Makhonin time to settle in because it was a rough start for him, but it's pretty even again now, Pierre.
And he's doing the smart thing. He got rocked a little bit early. He's working his tie-ups in the clinch just to get his head right. And now once he gets his head right, then maybe he'll start to put pressure on Professor X.
Well, we're just over a minute left in the round now, and I said this has been explosive. He just missed with that right hook, Makhonin.
That was a looping right hook, and if that would have landed, that could have been possibly lights out for Professor X.
Oh, and then straight after that, there's the up and down you talked about with the hands and feet from Professor X.
You just don't know where the shot is coming from, so it makes it very hard to gauge. When you think he's going down, he's coming up, and he's trying to catch you out.
And it was a good finish from him there. I said, chopping low leg kicks, good punches. But Makhonin, he's very resilient, as his record would suggest.
Yeah, very tough guy. I'm surprised that he was able to withstand that because it was a pretty solid shot. However, when you're on a big stage like this, you're going to make sure that you do everything possible to walk out of here with the win.
That's right, and I mean, in experience terms, he's giving away a lot. Let's put it in perspective. If he was to win tonight, this would be a real scalp for him, wouldn't it?
It would be a real scalp for anybody. Professor X, even though his record doesn't show it, is one of the top fighters.
Well, we're inside the last 10 seconds now, and very even opening round, Pierre.
Now, that was a mistake. Luckily, it's at the end of the round, or that could have been bad news for Professor X.
So, Pierre, it was a great round overall for Professor X, but very dangerous at the end there. As you said, he could have been in real trouble right at the end.
Basically, he went for a takedown. I don't know if we'll get the replay, but he went for a takedown. Okay, right here, a big straight left caught Makhonin, who's backed up against the cage. And Professor X immediately for that tie clinch, working the knees, overhands, and it ended.
Makhonin did well to recover, didn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. And again, right on the button. I think Professor X may have been a little bit surprised that that landed.
I mean, as we saw, the variety there is incredible. Up and down. Alex Makhonin has to go into the clinch because he doesn't know what's happening.
Now, you see Professor X in a seated position. Hopefully, he's not feeling the effects of a high work rate in that first round. But knowing him as I do, I can't believe that he would, take any chances on his cardio.
But he did get a scare, as you said there, at the end of round one. And Alex Makhonin proved he was really in it, and he almost had his back, but the bell saved him, didn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. Very lucky that it was at the end of that round.
So round two, and this is so delicately poised because Makhonin came back strongly.
Yes, and here's the thing. I just want to backpedal on that. Both guys touching gloves. That's one of the things I love about the sport is the sportsmanship, the respect that each fighter gives each other. Now, talking about that, he's going to definitely get the respect from that front kick that went right into Professor X's stomach.
We see all these incredible fancy kicks, and yet time and time again, it's so effective, the straight front kick down the channel.
Yeah, and because not a lot of people expect that, because they always expect the norm, which is that Thai kick. Muay Thai is the kicks that a lot of fighters will use. It's a traditional art out of Thailand. It is actually their national sport.
And yet we saw the front kick to perfect use in Bamma for Alex Reed, Tom Watson Reed, right through the channel on Watson, which gave him a wake-up call.
Right. And there was a high kick by Alex. It was blocked by Professor X. Both of these guys, now look, he's going for what's called a double leg. That was a wrestling takedown attempt. However, Xavier did the right thing. He put his hips away, making sure that, that he didn't get control of the legs and prevented the takedown.
And again, Alex did nothing to disguise it, did he, Pierre? He just went straight for the takedown, and it's against a very experienced man who saw that coming.
Yeah, the thing is, you've got to, at this level, you've got to set things like that up, like your takedowns.
He's saying that. Is he saying that slow? That looks slow with the knee there.
Now, guys, again, with the rules, there'll be a break in action. And he'll get, I believe, 5 minutes to recover. Now, the thing is, that was not intentional. I know Professor X, and I know that he's a consummate professional.
So if we watch this again, here he comes through. They go up into the clinch. The right knee comes through. Oh, it's there. That's below the belt. And Pierre, let's put something straight here as we watch this again. People say, yes, but haven't they got boxes on?
Well, I tell you what, I've worn a box pretty much every time I've fought, and if you catch one straight in the groin like that, you're going to feel the effects, and that's why they give you the time, the 5 minutes to recover.
Yes, it's a protection like the way a cricket box is, but when you get a full-blooded knee from a professional like Professor X, you're going to feel it, and he's being warned there. I think like you, Pierre, there was no malice there. He threw the knee with good intent, but he'll have to be very careful now with that.
Right, because he could, if it happens again, he could get a point deducted. We are in a scoring system here, so that has to, weigh on his mind. He can't do that again.
And again, Alex Makhonin shrugs it off, recovered well. He could have had longer, he hasn't taken it. And so we get back to this stand-up position. And again, it's cat and mouse at the moment. They're picking their shots, they're taking their time. I think Makhonin's got to watch those knees, though, because when they're legal, Professor X is throwing a lot of them. We know how devastating they can be.
Yeah, the thing is, those are cumulative shots, meaning they may not hurt you right now, but the longer it goes and they keep hitting you, sooner or later it takes effect, and you could even get a knockout from a body shot by way of a Thai knee.
But we said the first round, you're just about to favour Professor X, and then Alex Makhonin comes out with that right at the end there. This second round's going the same way. It's a tough one for the judges to score this.
Yeah, and the thing about it is because both guys are so technical, so on top of their game, like you said earlier, they tend to negate each other.
That's right. They look stood there as mirror images. They're happy to stand close. And again, that double leg takedown attempt from Makhonin, but he's not setting it up. And he's got to be wary of those knees when he does come in like that.
Now, if you see what happened, Professor X got what's called underhook. That means an arm under his opponent's armpit. He was able to swivel and control the top part of the body of Alex, because you don't want your back up against the cage because you have nowhere to go. He's taking advantage of that, Professor X is, by throwing the knees, and he may change his level and go down to the ground and attack his legs, working for the takedown.
At the moment, though, they're flush up against the cage. The referee looking very closely at them for the work rate going. And again, it's those right tying knees of Professor X that are coming in. The conditioning of Makhonin is really showing here, isn't it?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Oh, and again, wow, that is a huge mistake by Professor X. This is the second time that he's pulled his opponent, Alex, on top of him with a failed takedown attempt.
Yes, he initiated that, and he is paying for it now with that ground and pound. He knows it. He's trying to pull his body close. But as you said, this could be a fatal mistake in this round.
Now, Alex has done the right thing. He's put his knees high. There's more control the higher the knees are. Now, what Professor X has to do is get on his hips, push the knee down, and put it in between his leg, get it in what we call the half guard. Oh, now he is
chopping elbows, Pierre, as well, coming down now.
Now the ref is watching this, and if he doesn't defend himself with a purpose or get out of this position and he eats too many shots, the ref could stop this.
We call it intelligent defense, don't we, where you're showing that your mind's working. These are vicious elbows coming down now.
And the thing is, even if he doesn't get knocked out, he may have a cut open, which could potentially stop the fight or cause him.
There's blood, you can see it from those elbows now. There's blood from the eye. Look at the blood on the floor now. This cut's going to be with the adrenaline flowing. Those elbows have opened up the eye of Professor X, Pierre.
Now look at this. Alex has moved into what's called Japanese mount. He's shifted his legs with the left leg high, the right leg low, and he's could work a potential armbar for there. However, he's content just to secure Poukam's base and just throw down those vicious elbows. And I tell you what, this could be a ref stoppage here very soon.
Yeah, it's the bone of the elbow there that's causing all the damage, and the ref's seen enough. A huge mistake by the more experienced man. And what a scalp for Alex Makhonin.
Can I tell you what